Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Hello, friends. Sorry if my voice is a bit loud, enthusiastic today. Yesterday was my birthday. I had a great celebration with
Happy
friends.
birthday.
Thank,
31 years young, the Davy.
thank you
Wish
very
him
much.
happy birthday wishes in the comments.
Well, it's great to be here with you guys on another beautiful Sunday morning. And Carly, we have a remarkable guest today, do we not?
One of my favorite people. You guys are so lucky because last week we had my friend Jackie on the show, and this week we have my friend Nicole.
What a treat. So, what can you tell us about this extraordinary Nicole?
Nicole is so special. I'm super excited to introduce you to her because she was actually one of the first people that when I moved to Costa Rica that I really, really connected with. So she's been like my family here since I moved here, which, as you know, Dave, is like really difficult, to find someone who you like really, really connect with on a personal level. And when our families aren't here, you need to find family elsewhere. So I consider her my family. She has this aura about her. She's like such an amazing, just like emotional healer. She has so many special gifts, and she's helped me grow in so many different ways, which is awesome. And she's just super badass and cool. So
Wow, what words. I wish one day someone would say such kind words about me.
Dave, you are so badass. You
I
have
want to
this aura
say
about you.
good morning, Jack Niel. Thank you for those happy birthday messages.
Yay!
Really appreciate you tuning
Happy
in.
day.
Good to have you here with us. And she is a very intuitive woman. Is that true?
She is. She's a very intuitive woman. She just feels, I mean, and maybe this is obviously, of course, because we're so close, but I don't even have to say anything to her for her to know that there's something going on. Whether I'm stressed or mad or sad or excited, she just knows, and she's like, I can hear something in your voice, or I can see something by the way you're carrying yourself. So she's super intuitive. Has just a really good like gut feeling, about things, and so that makes her really good at what she does, which she will share with you guys today, and it's really cool. She's going to lead us in something that she does called breath work. It's really, really interesting. If you haven't done it before, after this, you're going to have to try it. Maybe you'll have to book a session with her. And yeah, we're excited to share it with you.
And you were telling me that some people have had some really remarkable recoveries from some of these breath sessions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everybody has a different experience, and Nicole can definitely tell us a little bit more about it. But I've done it with her before, and I was just going through a little bit of a hard time emotionally in my life, and I just said, like, listen, Nicole, I need your help, I need your guidance, I need your love, which she gives me all the time. But professionally as well, I needed it, and so she did a session with me, and it was amazing. Like just the feeling, the lightness you feel afterwards. At least for me, it was something that was just kind of a huge emotional release. It was really, really cool, and just an alternative to maybe like sitting and talking it out with someone. It's just a way to get in touch with your breath. I didn't realize how important breath actually is. And you were saying, I don't even know, like, what is the importance of breath? Like, why is it always about bringing it back to breath? And I mean, I still have so much to learn, and she can share it with us too. But it's amazing how different you feel when you just focus on the way that you breathe. It's phenomenal.
Well, I have no doubt that Nicole is going to take our breath away. So let's
Well done, Davey.
let's bring her onto the show. Without any further ado, please welcome Nicole. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
Yay, Nicole. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, I love you so much.
Oh, I love you. I'm going to leave you with Dave. You're in good hands, but he's got some really fun questions for you. So I'll talk to you later.
Yes, Nicole. Oh, I am brimming with questions. So you do something that is breath work, right? And not many people know what that is. So can you explain a bit what it is that you do?
Yes, I can. There's a bunch of different types of breath work that you could do, but simply speaking, it's just working with the breath in one way or another. So either consciously breathing in and out at a particular rhythm or something like that, but it's just working with your breath to create a change in state. So the particular style of breath work that I teach is called transformational breathing. So it's literally transforming the energy in your body, in your electromagnetic field, by using the breath. So that's the summary, but I can give you as many details as you want.
Wow. So what kind of situations can this help with?
Yeah. So the number one thing, like I heard you guys talking before about like why is the breath so important? You know, and most of us think like, oh, I'm breathing all the time. Like what is there to it? I breathe every day, all day, right? Most of us. So why would there be a particular technique that teaches you how to breathe? But the reason is because our breath is actually incredibly powerful, and just because we don't think about it doesn't mean that we shouldn't. Because, for example, anybody or anytime you have some sort of anxiety or stress or mostly emotional kind of like repressions or anything like that, like carrying around a bunch of baggage, the breath can actually help alleviate all of that. And most of us have no idea. So one of the most fascinating things about it, which I would say is like, think about a time when you're super stressed out and how do you breathe? Like, how do you breathe, Dave? When you're stressed out, have you noticed?
Yeah, I would say I breathe kind of like haltingly and kind of. I know when I start to like really think about something, get concerned, I pretty much hold my breath.
Yeah, exactly. So when we're super stressed out or anxious or whatever, we breathe really shallowly, or maybe even hold our breath and sort of in this like fight or flight mode. And even if like some sort of emotion comes up from the time we're little tiny kids, we have this emotion that comes up, and for some reason we don't feel like it's safe to feel that feeling, or like even as an adult you feel some anger and we've learned like I'm not supposed to express my anger, and so we contract our bodies and we contract our breath. We like literally hold our breath, because the easiest way to control what we're feeling and what we're experiencing is for us to control our breath. And it happens automatically, so we don't even think about it or know we're doing it. But like, say you're stressed, this anxiety comes up, and we're like, okay, I can't deal. Or I don't want to deal. So we hold our breath and we kind of maintain this, level of control. And then that feeling that's coming up kind of gets repressed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so then that would be fine, because it's a beautiful survival mechanism that's built in, that when an emotion comes up and we don't like it or don't know what to do with it, that we hold our breath to like stop the flow of that emotional energy or diminish the intensity. And the reason breathwork is so important and so helpful is because that energy doesn't just disappear. Like the anger or the sadness or whatever is coming up, the anxiety, the fear, it doesn't just go away because we pretend it's not there. And so it begins to affect the way we live our lives. So this anxiety kind of colors your interactions with other people, and the way you view yourself, the way you view life, all of that. And so with the breath, if you open up your breath and you breathe in a more like open, fluid way, you can actually transform and move old junk, old emotional junk that you've been carrying for however long. And then you just live freer, happier lives.
Wow. Yeah, well, without a doubt, I've recently really realized that any kind of like emotional or psychological block almost always has like a physical manifestation in your body, like in like the form of like an uncomfortable sensation somewhere, or yeah. And I've felt those kind of feelings of that I've been repressing, maybe like in my stomach, and so I can see how you're convincing me as to the power of this thing. So
that's such a good point, because there's actually, if you look at your body, like the way your respiratory system moves when you breathe, I mean, the energy gets stuck in your body and it manifests anywhere, like tight shoulders, or like you're saying, your stomach gets knots in it or something like that. That's your body telling you like, okay, something is not flowing here. So we're meant to just like flow with life, take stuff. I mean, I believe that we take life as it comes, we experience things and we flow through it. But because of lots of different reasons, we don't often feel safe to do that, or just for patterns or habit or the society you grew up in and whatever. So things manifest as pain in the body, and also especially around the respiratory system. So when you try to take like a really deep breath, sometimes there's a part of your respiratory system that isn't moving at all, because it's like holding in whatever, so much of this like old unexpressed emotion. So that's neat that you've noticed that already before.
Well, and I've also noticed that breath work, I mean, it's been part of the science of yoga, for thousands of years, and it's been part of Buddhism. Meditation starts with focusing on your breath, and even nirvana in Sanskrit means like, I think it means like releasing, breathing out. So there's a really ancient, intimate connection between spiritual well-being and your breath.
Absolutely.
And so it's amazing, this work that you're doing. I want to say a quick hello to Linda, watching from Winnipeg. Great to have you tuning into the show, Linda. And thanks for letting us know where you're watching from. Nicole, is there a little breath exercise that we could do together and our viewers could follow along?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is so much science to this, and spirituality and mysticism and all of that. Like, but the biggest thing sometimes for people is I could explain to you, or even like the mystics and everything, explaining how important the breath is and how it connects you to spirit and all of that. But really, I'm happy you asked that, because experientially, when you start to feel like, oh wait, okay, if I breathe this way, I start to feel something move or something change, then that's the thing that's like, oh wait, this stuff is really legit, So, okay, what I would do is just to do a little 5-minute exercise, just to see how it feels, is we're going to do this breathing technique, which is transformational breathing. So you'll breathe in and out your mouth. And we'll do it for just a couple of minutes, I guess, and I'll coach you and see how it feels, okay? Are you going to do it with me?
Yes, please, yes.
Okay. So get comfortable. I can't see you, Dave. Is that okay?
You can't see me?
No.
I think our viewers can see me. Let us know in the comments whether you can see me or not. But I think we're good, Nicole.
I can't see you, so I'm just going to talk to you as if I can.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so are you ready?
I've never been more ready in my life.
Excellent. Okay, so you're just going to sit. You can just sit comfortably, and I would close your eyes. And you're going to open your mouth, and so you'll breathe all in and out your mouth. And we're going to go a little faster than you normally would. So it'll sound like... Okay, so you can relax your jaw. And maybe put one hand on your lower belly. And so then when you inhale, I want you to try to breathe low into your belly. So this is everybody listening too. Good. And so then if there's effort, I want it to be on the inhale. So you're just breathing in. And then the exhale is just a really nice sigh. Good. How you feeling? You okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling very relaxed.
Okay. Good. Keep going. And breathing low into your belly. And with no pauses between your inhale and exhale. Good. And so every inhale, I just like to think it's safe to breathe. Every inhale, you're breathing in good. Every exhale, you're just letting go. Safe to let go. Safe to let go of the past. Safe to let go in this moment. Safe to surrender to to the flow of life. Good. And sometimes people start to feel a little lightheaded, or maybe your fingers are tingling or something like that. Super good. That means the energy's moving. Good. We'll just do a couple more. Making sure the breath comes way low into your belly. Maybe expands all the way up into your chest too. Good. And then when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. And just let it go. I wish I could see you. Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel I feel like I'm almost getting tears in my eyes. I feel like this has been a self-love practice. I feel like I'm back as a baby getting rocked by my mother.
Oh, that's awesome. Like already, could you imagine? That's just like a couple of minutes. So, oh, that's so beautiful. When you do this even more, that's what starts to happen, is whatever's on the surface starts to move up and come, so that you can actually feel it and really be experiencing the fullness of life. Nice. And I want to say, can I share something too about being present? Do you mind?
Please do.
I heard recently the way that this technique works is you breathe without any pauses between the inhale and exhale. And what that does for us too is just really brings us into the present moment. And so we kind of, if you're in the future, it's usually about anxiety or worrying about what's gonna happen, or just future thinking, And if you're in the past, a lot of times that can be like regret, or just trying to fix something that already happened. And part of the magic of this technique is when you're breathing in that connected way and you're thinking about your breath and you're present with it, it's just what is present for me right now in this moment, and that's where all of the healing and magic happens. And it allows you to like really be with you. So what do I need right now? And what kind of, like you said, this self-love, like taking a moment to just breathe for you and be with your body and your breath and everything is super necessary and very healing. That's cool.
Such beautiful words. Yeah, personally, I feel that self-love is the key to being able to deliver love, in a healthy way. You have to start with yourself.
Totally. I love that you added that, in a healthy way, because we can give love, but in a way that is sustainable, where you're like, because so many of us are like givers, and we want to take care of everybody else, and we want to be good people, and we want to, but we totally neglect taking care of ourselves. And so we give too much until we like break down, or the body breaks down, or we get sick, or we get like suddenly so overwhelmed or something. But that's because we're trying to give without like filling up our own cup, So I love that, to give love in a healthy way.
Well, I would like to say hello to Khalil. So glad you can see us both and that you're tuning in this morning. And a good morning to Elena, watching from Dallas. So great to have you on the show. Hope you guys are enjoying this technique and this interview as much as I am. Nicole, you're so wise and wonderful woman. I'm going to cede the way to your friend Carly here, but thank you so much for sharing what you have with me this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. It's really an honor. Thank you.
Hey, babe.
Hi, babe.
How you doing?
I'm so good.
Thanks for leading us in that this morning. I was sitting over there on the bench, like doing my doing my breathing, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Feeling so good. So people are so relaxed. So thank you. Thanks for sharing that. I love you so much. I'm so happy to have you here today. Oh my goodness. I wish I had you like
Oh
physically.
my gosh, I almost cried when you were doing my intro talking about me. I was like, that's like you're amazing. Thank you.
Well, I can't say enough good things. But I wanted to ask you actually because I don't think I've ever actually personally asked you this as your friend either. But like, what? I mean, I know a little bit about like the background and like your training and everything for breath work, but like, what really inspired you to be trained in breath work and like be more, like involved in like this type of work?
That's a good question. And since I almost cried when you were just introducing me, I'm gonna try not to cry now.
You can cry. You can cry with me anyway.
No,
Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last.
that's true. No, I'll probably cry more than once a day. So I grew up in a aware family, let's say. Like, we were always talking about our feelings and stuff because my mom was like, we were in therapy when we were like little kids, so that, like, wanting to help people, or like this sort of psychology, emotional connection thing has always been something that I've been interested in naturally, I think. But the breath work in particular, I fell in love and with someone very quickly, and then we were together for a short period of time, and then it ended very quickly. And afterward, I was pretty devastated for like a long time. Maybe not a long time, but like I was just heartbroken and really felt stuck, and like I couldn't seem to get over it. And so even though I was familiar with therapy and like talking about my feelings and all of these like self-help techniques, I just felt sad for like almost a year. And then my mom had discovered this breath work and said, I'll pay for you to go to a retreat if you'll go, like this breath work. And so I did. I went to a transformational breath seminar. It's like 6 day long, where you do these breathing exercises a bunch of times a day and such. And after that week, like I thought, like, well, breathing, what's this gonna do? Like whatever. Like, my mom's paying for me to go to a retreat, so I'll go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the week, I was like literally a different person, because really the breath is like, yeah, okay, cool, it's feel good, you're breathing, it's spiritual, that it should make me feel good, but it's so an integral part of your whole being. And also it's an energetic thing, so you really energetically transform your frequency, like the energetic body that we are. So at the end of this week of doing all this work, I had released like years of maybe sadness and pain and anger and little frustrations and not feeling good enough and all sorts of things. So then after that week, I thought, okay, I that was good. It felt like a nice week. It was relaxing, but I stayed different, So I felt clearer and happier and freer and like more connected to myself and to spirit and all of that. And that remains the same. So I went on to get trained to learn how to teach it so that I could share it with other people.
Amazing. I love that. Thanks for sharing that story. I know that's difficult to chat about, but thank you for sharing that with us. And your mom is also trained in this as well. So you guys can sharing it together. So there have been, I know you shared with me a little bit about also, obviously there are so many amazing positive things that come out of it. But as the, the therapist or the facilitator in your job, it must be very difficult because, as you said, talk to us a little bit about kind of like the frequencies you were talking about, because you kind of have taught me a little bit more about that. Like, if somebody's kind of vibrating at a lower level and you're higher, they can bring you down. And so when you're working with people who are going through something really, emotionally difficult, how difficult is it for you to stay, vibrating at a high positive level? Like, you must take on a lot of, negativity. I know it's difficult for you sometimes. Like, we've shared it together. Like, how do you deal with that?
That's there's a lot in there that I want to talk about. That's such a nice question. honestly, like that's like you were mentioning the intuition and stuff earlier, and some of that is so important in this kind of work, or anytime we're connecting with people at all, to like have our sensitivity open. And so with this work and just in general, kind of having empathy for people and trying to feel what they're feeling can help you help them, and also help them feel seen and help you feel good because you're connecting and all of that. So can like being open to feel the energy of other people can be very helpful. But at the same time, and so what I try to do and have learned here at Rhythmia actually about doing is to check in with myself first. Okay, so like at the beginning of a class, because we're working with really big groups around here now, so like 80 people who are like moving their energy and such.
Wow. Yeah.
And so to check in with myself first before a session or before a class and go, okay, how do I feel today? Okay, I feel pretty good. Like I get to talk to my friend today or whatever. And I'm pretty energized, had a good workout. I've got some things on my mind, but generally I feel pretty good. I'm not sad or anything like that. So then if after class I feel like any sort of emotion that feels like suddenly I'm very sad, or I feel really angry or down or tired or something, I know that an hour before I was fine. And so it's not my junk to carry, you know, like maybe I kind of got my energy got a little intermixed or something. And so just to like come back to center and go, no, okay, I'm good. I'm, you know, talking to my friend, I'm not sad, I'm whatever. And so then I really just try to do some like my own grounding practices after that, like take some breaths for me to clean my energy up, or my heart, my feelings, everything. And then dance it out or do some yoga or do some things just so that I reconnect with me.
Awesome.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, of course it did. Yeah, because I can imagine, you know, even especially, I mean, when you're dealing with someone that's close to you, like I know, for example, like if I'm talking with you and you're going through a very difficult time, even just like talking it out, you know, being the support system for someone sometimes is almost like just as difficult as, you know, being the person going through it, because you feel like you have to be strong and tough for those people that are going through something, and you're okay right now, so it's your job to support them in this moment. So you know, like you said, taking a moment to check in with yourself, you know, like we spoke about last week with Jackie, and then the week before with my mom, like you have to fill your own cup, you know. So what type of, you know, advice would you give to people? Like, what do you notice in yourself or in others when people are coming in to say doing a session with you? What type of, you know, physical or emotional kind of things do you see that show you that maybe they haven't checked in with themselves in a while, like that they need to give themselves a little bit of self-love? What are some kind of typical things that you would typically see in the behavior of people that need a session, that need to just take a breath?
That's a great question. You can feel it. Let me think how I can see it. A lot of times it manifests as people talking about the situations of what's happening outside of them all the time, and then kind of like making yeah, but then this, and yeah, but then this, and yeah, but I can't, and like just slowing down and taking a breath and being able to feel like what do I need right now? Like a general moving very fast a lot of times is because they're moving so fast out in the world that they're very afraid and not used to stepping back to just be here now. So one way to check, I would just say, and practice, because this actually helps a ton, is when you breathe, where are you breathing and how? So for example, like people that are like that, like always taking care of other people, to put your hands on your low belly and do some slow, like to breathe low into your belly and then just let it out. That physically, like the like your center, the you-ness, like hangs out sort of energetically or physically in your low belly. So if you can take a few deep breaths to reconnect with your center, that will help automatically start to bring you back to you. And then, but on the other side, so if you're not doing that at all, chances are pretty good you're giving a lot to other people as opposed to taking care of you.
Right. Sure. Oh, well, thank you. I want to say, actually, we have some comments here and some from some people you know. Much love from Calgary.
Oh,
Allison. Hey, Allison.
Allison, that's awesome.
Friend, naturopathic doctor Allison, coming from Canada. Thanks for tuning in now. Elena, wow, how powerful. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. It is powerful stuff for sure. And Sandy, my session with you sure helped me. Thank you, Nicole.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
Hi,
think about it all the time. I'm going to come to Canada and see you.
Yes, you are. And my dad, hello from Winnipeg Airport. Amazing, ladies. Thanks for tuning in the airport, Dad. I love ya. Miguel Calderon. Chicas. Hey, Miguel. Oh, and Allison says, I miss you both. We miss you.
Same.
Come visit us.
So
awesome.
cool.
Thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. Well, Nicole, like, I can't honestly thank you enough for just being the human that you are. You're super inspirational, and I personally have grown so much this year. And you and I personally have been through a lot of ups and downs this year. You know, living in Costa Rica and being away from family comes with its challenges, and we live in this wonderful, beautiful paradise. We're so blessed, but it's not always, you know, a slice of cake.
Yeah.
Every single day, you know, every person has their struggles. Mm-hmm. And what would you say, you know, what do you feel, you know, this year and being part of Rhythmia and being able to share your gift with people, what do you feel kind of most grateful for, most blessed for to have this year?
Most grateful.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say most, but one of the things that I feel grateful for, and it is being able to do this work, and that people show up here and just in my life, and like they let me love them, you know what I mean, and that they trust me with the people are showing up here to like, okay, I need something. Can you hold space for me, or can you be here with me? And I'm just so grateful for that, and for you as an example too, just like that you are in my life and continue to be open with me, and that we just get to have this really loving, real, honest relationship I'm so grateful. I can't even.
Yeah, that's a super special thing, and you have this amazing gift that people just want to be like open with you. You're so present and you're there, and you really have so much to give. So thank you for everything you do and the person that you are, and thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and if anybody has any questions for Nicole about breathwork, you can get in touch with us through Karma Tribe, and I can link you up to her, and and check out Rhythmia for sure and the work that she's doing there. And you do some live videos yourself as well, right? Through sometimes through Rhythmia too, so they can check you out on the Rhythmia Facebook page. Yes.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, well, thank you, Nicole. Thanks for being with us today, and I'm gonna bring Dave back in here so he can say bye to you too.
Thanks for having me, really, guys.
You've been such a wonderful guest, Nicole. Thanks for
kind. Thank you.
spending some time with us.
Awesome. Well, we love you, Nicole, and I'll talk to you later this afternoon. Mm-hmm. All right, love you, Betsy. Bye.
Bye.
Adios, Nicole. Wow.
She's so special.
That was a breath of fresh air.
I know. Don't you love her? I love her so much. Look at you. You're so punny all the time.
Yeah. She's become one of my idols.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know. And I feel so lucky to have her. It's amazing. I'm so glad that we got to share her with you this morning. You guys have been spoiled. So, well, thank you for tuning in with us this morning. But Dave.
I just want to say, isn't it amazing those angels that we have on this planet that remind us to pay attention to ourselves and to love ourselves? Mm-hmm. And it's just such an honorable, important work.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. The special stuff. All the good feelies this morning. Just blissing out hard, eh?
The vibes are just sensational right now.
We are vibrating at such a high level right now. Let's keep the vibes going. We got so many good comments, so many good people reaching out that love Nicole, which is amazing. And Dave, we haven't even explained to those viewers that might be new. Tell us about Karma Tribe.
Oh,
holy cow.
How did this happen? We didn't even mention it. Well, we're coming to you from karmatribe.com. And as you know, we are a global community of people willing to help each other for free. That's right, because we realize it feels good to give and it feels good to receive.
Yes, it does.
And so we built the website, karmatribe.com, where one can offer and request free services of any kind.
Free! Just if you want to help someone out or you need something. What a great concept.
Whatever you want to share to the universe, that's where you can share it. And if there's something that you need, that's where you can find help.
You got it.
And we, today, on this very day, we have thousands of people in over 56 countries offering their services and requesting help. So check it out. And now we're going to read you a few favors of the week.
I like how we have started singing that. It makes me so much. I wish life was like a musical and we could just go on each day singing about.
It can be if you drink enough coffee.
Okay, we have an offer this morning from Mariana in New York, and Mariana's offering travel advice tips. I'm happy to share my knowledge about traveling as a solo woman. Awesome. So if you're traveling solo, Mariana can.
You're not solo anymore.
No way.
With Marian's tips in your pocket, you'll be sure to face every challenge with serenity and wisdom. Offer here from Samantha in Birmingham, United Kingdom. She's offering Wellbeing, Mindfulness, and General Loveliness. Love that title. She says, I support people struggling with anxiety and low moods. And actually on this favor, she goes into more detail on her own life and some of the challenges she's been through and how she helps people. So
thanks so much for sharing.
Check it out. If you're facing anxiety or low moods and
we all go through our ups and downs.
Yeah. So check it out.
All right. Let's see. Okay, we have another offer from Keshav, and this is an online offer to teach English. I can offer English to anyone willing to learn it wholeheartedly. I'm an architect and a designer, and I love poetry. Keshav, thank you so much. And you sound like quite a catch, might I add. An architect and a designer, and I love poetry. Oh, my goodness. So if you're looking for a friend and you want to learn English, Keshav can help you.
Well, Carly.
Well, Dave.
Such a privilege it has been this morning.
Another beautiful Sunday morning. I'm blissing out.
Living the bliss. One breath at a time.
One breath at a time. Go forth and breathe lighter, everyone.
Well, thank you, friends, for tuning in. And, well, have a great day. And see you next week.
See you next week.
For another episode of Blissin Out.
Oh, I like how he's changed it up this time.
Goodbye. Farewell. Until next time.